I gotta allow.
I would like to review this property as a way for me to leverage into my next real estate rental property. I either want to sell this property or leverage it in a way that gets me into the next deal. I want to buy something over $1 million. And so now what you're allowing it to do is just paint a picture for you in all the different ways that you could possibly do some stuff. So you're in first position with this, right? So it's going to tell you what its possibilities are based on the not just the market area, but like what's available, because its brain thinks like all the other real estate investors out there. I built this with all of the gurus in mind. So option one is a sell and trade up. That's the most basic and easiest to understand, right?
Right.
So, oh, by the way, if you don't have plus for this, it's not going to operate at full potential. You're operating at 25% of what this thing's able to do. So on the free version, it's very minimal, but again, when you get addicted to it, you'll go buy it, I promise. Looking at it here gives you all the pros and cons and gives you a ballpark of what you'd be able to be liquid with and keep going. Doing a HELOC and keeping the property, that's another way you could do it. It gives you all the computation that you would want without having to do very much computation. Cash out refi. This is where you're going to do more of a BRRRR method, but you already know this. Lance's option here would be to get what's called a cash out refi, DSCR loan. Have you looked at a DSCR for this? Because again, you could basically, it's like pulling all the equity out of it to reinvest without selling it and having to pay capital gains before you reinvest.
Right.
So that's why it's an investor type loan. So, and they don't care what you use the cash for either. Option 4 wants you to convert it and then use the income to qualify for another loan on a bigger property. So, this would be a good opportunity for you to kind of take that investor survey, because again, some people don't like debt. Some people are what I call Dave Ramsey stepchildren.
Right.
And they're like, oh, debt. It's like, okay, whatever. And then there's others that are like, they think they fell out of Grant Cardone's uterus and they think that's the greatest thing in the world and they can have all the debt, right? And they don't understand that eventually they're going to have to pay it back or go to jail. Grant just got a lot of rich friends. Not all of us have that, right? So that's how Grant's able to stay out of jail.
Dave Ramsey will save you money. He won't make you money.
No, and Grant Cardone will get you put in jail. So you got to be careful who you follow.